6600. And I'm watching 4 bands right now on the Flex. I'm watching 17, 15, and 12. And one of the FT4 frequencies with the 6600. And that drives the Flex Genius amp and a Genius tuner. And I also have a Flex 6400. I really like the Flex stuff. So anyway, like I said, a little chilly here. We just came back. We're now for lunch. I got one more errand to do today. And that is, I got to pick up a couple of prescriptions at the druggist. And my wife needs a birthday card for my daughter who's turning 52 today. Or yesterday. She's in Florida right now, but I'm picking them up at the airport on Saturday. So you got to have the birthday cards ready. So we just got back from lunch. My wife's got one of her girlfriends here from one of the towns out west, about 60 miles. I hadn't seen her in a while. So she's been staying over for a couple of days. So they're hanging out together. My wife got back from bowling, and we went to lunch, and we're back here in the ham shack. V3 Yankee Kilo Echo N2BJ. The town. We're in a town that's called New Lenox, N-E-W space L-E-N-O-X. It's about 30 kilometers or so southwest of the city of Chicago, out in the country. We're on about 2 acres. We're at the junction of Route 80. I don't know how familiar you are with the geography, but 80 runs east and west from New Jersey to California. And we're at the junction of 80 and Interstate 355. 10 miles east of Joliet, Illinois, if you're familiar with the geography out here. VE3 Yankee Kilo Echo N2BJ. Yeah, you're about 5 and 7 to 5 and 8 with QSB, and I did move the beam on you. Go ahead. Okay, very good. Nice talking to you, Ken. And I'm going to wait another hour. They just reopened the CVS drugstore here. Closes for lunch. So I'm going to wait a little while. And then I'm going to go get the prescriptions and stuff before it gets too late. Thanks for the contact. And, the 572s, all the tubes got real expensive. I had multiple tube amplifiers that used the 3-500, which I liked. They were instant on tubes. I think the 572 might be instant on. But my Alpha 87, it's the only tube amp I've kept here. It takes 3 minutes for the tubes to warm up. So, oh well, that's the way it goes. But I remember in my SP220, my wife bought it for me in 1970 when we got married. And the iMac 3-500, I believe in the manual showed $12.75 each. Now they're a couple hundred, like $300-400 each for IMAX, maybe more. 73 will see ya. And nice chat with you. V3YKE and 2BJ. 73. Happy New Year.
Is. So I'm going to get back up there and see if I can't figure that out before she comes home from bowling. As she's talking to me, I can't keep my head together. Over. Yeah, well, I checked it out, and the Roku channel is free. That worked. And Netflix, I've got a monthly fee for that. But I just don't want to have to do it twice. It wanted my password and my email address. So I did all that, and it says it didn't recognize my email address. So I don't know what's going on. So I guess I'm going to have to go scratch my head some more and see if I can't get it going. Because Netflix is what we use most of the time up in the house. I've got one out here in the shop, in my office, and it's working okay. But for some reason or other, that new one that I put in to the house isn't accepting that I was already a member. So 73, Steve, and once again, thank you for the help. KE0WCO, W9DON, clear, but listening for your final. Okay, Steve. Well, I get on 40 fairly often during the winter time. Summertime, I get away from the radio a lot more, but I've got this farm shop, and I don't farm anymore, so I've got a lot less work to do in here, but it's my man cave now. I've got my boat and trailer sitting out in the shop, waiting for me to repack the wheel bearings. I'm not going to get at that just right away, but getting things together so that when I do get started at it, I can maybe get it all done. Maybe next week. But I hang out on in the mornings up till 1 o'clock on 7258. That's what they call mid-cars. Listen in there. Who knows? You might hear me, and if you do, say hey to me. And in the afternoon at this time, starting at 2 o'clock Central Time, is the 6-8 group. They're on 7268. I check in there once in a while. So I might even do that yet after I get done here. 73. And once again, welcome back to Ham Radio. You got in way before I did, but you had a big bout in between, I guess. Sure glad you got back in again. KE0WCO, W9DON, clear. One last try for Dan. N9OBB. N9OBB, are you out there? W9DON calling. Nothing heard. W9DONQSY.
DON, 9DONW5HIL. Good evening.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not quite evening yet. W5HIO. I should know you, W9DON.
Well, yeah, the name is Warren, London Ocean Radio, Edward November. I don't know if we've talked before or not, but I've heard you out quite a bit. And just heard you. I was just swinging through the bank, getting ready to shut the old 7610 down here, and heard you signing up there, so I thought I'd say good evening anyway. The name is Warren, London Ocean Radio, Edward November, and I'm Hamming in Ohio, although Top called Drinkhaven, Ohio. Go ahead.
Oh, I've heard you a lot of times and using that hamming in Ohio. I thought that was a neat way of doing it. And maybe we haven't talked, but I sure recognize you being on here, over.
Real funny. I enjoy it. I guess 40 meters is a good little band to operate on there, and I talk to so many people anymore at my age. I can't remember names or anything else to go along with them, but most of the time I can remember the calls. That's for sure. And we're located up here between Cleveland and Columbus, about 60 miles south of Lake Erie here, right out in the middle of the Amish country. But, beautiful signal, beautiful audio today. Go ahead.
Well, thank you. You are also. How much power are you running?
Well, I've got ALS 500 on the air here. I'm running 500. No, not quite. Probably about 400 on peaks. And the radio is a 7610 with a stock mic.
Okay, I've got a Icom 7300 with a stock hand mic, driving that into an FB 220, but I'm not driving it full force. And I really don't know what I'm putting out. I've got a MFJ 998 automatic tuner, and the cross meter on there says I'm hitting 1,000 watts and bouncing up to 1,500 on some high peaks, if I'm reading this right. But my it's a dial cross meter, and I've got it goes up to 3 kilowatt, but it only showing that I'm getting about 600 watts out, and I can't figure that out. Why one's so much different than the other?
Well, have you got the thing set on peak or on average?
I got it on peak.
Oh, I'll be doggone. Well, this one here on peak is about 400 on peak. It's showing right here, but my average is probably around 300, something like that. I figure around 300 watts. I just picked this thing up, and I'm actually running off of battery power here at the present time. I'm waiting for my power supply to come back. I just mailed it off yesterday to get work done on it. So 50 amp S-drop power. So. And I do have a 10 amp trickle charger on the battery that kind of keeps it up there around that 13 and a half volts, something like that on the amp. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm using I got it off here in another shelf alongside here. An Astron 35 amp power supply. So it's been working just fine for me. But how come you need a 50 amp?
Well, this thing here takes about 30 amps, 35 amps to 40 amps for full output, 14 amp full. And because of that, that 50 amp power supply gives me about 40 amps continuous power. So that's the reason why I went to the 50 amps, so I could at least maintain 30 amps on the
30 to 40 amps on the amplifier. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, you're using it on the amplifier. Okay. Well, my amplifier's got its own power supply built in. It's an old heat kit, and I've got a Maritron. I guess it is 600. I haven't been using it, so solid state one. That's got a big power supply for that. But that thing is not as forgiving as what these old tube amps are. You can tune that amp and you be off a little bit and it isn't going to hurt. But those solid state ones, you're off a little bit and boom, it shuts down.
No, this thing automatically cuts off like it's too much current or anything. You know, SDR over 2 1 like just shut down on me. Actually, I just picked this one up there about 3 weeks ago, I guess. I was up in Michigan, the guy had it up there, and I picked it up. Just basically, hopefully here this next spring, I'll get it put in the automobile here and be operating the mobile. So I've always wanted one. It always sounded good on the air, and they're not that much. 300 to 400 watts output at the max. That's all I run. Probably about 300, but I just want something to, kind of move with help with. You know what I mean?
I generally don't need very much, and you have to double your power every time you do go a little higher to get it to be noticeable. But like I say, I'm running this at the drive is a lot lower than what I could put into it, and can't quite figure out why the 2 meters don't read the same. Lauren, I'm going to get out of here. If you was listening to me talking to Steve up in Minnesota, I was begging off to get back up to the house. I've got some work I'm doing on the TV with a Roku unit. The one that was up there bit the dust. First time that ever happened to me, but I just could not get it to work. So I went to town, I bought a new one, and you're trying to get it set up, and now it wants password for Netflix. And I pay every month a fee. I'm a member. And it wants my password and my email address, and it keeps kicking back saying my email address is not registered with them. Oh, I know better. So I'm going to want to get back up there and work on that because my wife has gone bowling, and she's going to be coming home within the next hour anyhow, and I know what's going to happen. She's going to be talking to me, and I can't pay attention to what I'm doing. Over.
You got a router on that?
A router on the TV?
A router, on the house. They want your password. You go set it, but they basically they want the password off your router or whatever you're using to control the TV set with. Basically, is what they're wanting. And you'll have to go back in, and it should be the same password that you had before. But they want that on the new. So every time you buy a new one, they'll ask you for the password of the router. I believe it is, or so on and so forth. So they don't care what you got for internet or anything like that. It's just basically that's what they want. Once they get that code in, that new code in, then it should pop up to what your old one is. That should be all you need to do. Go ahead.
I never thought of that. Yeah, I've got a router in there that I'm working off of, and I just thought they meant the password for Netflix, because I had that written down, and I didn't have my email address written down, but I know what that is. So, but it was just wanted to kick out that other. So I got to look in my safe here. I've got a bunch of passwords on a piece of paper. I better do that and take that along with me up to the house. Well, thank you, Lauren. Maybe you got me straightened out now.
Well, yeah, all you have to do is look at your router And on the back side or the bottom end of it, it should tell you the password on the bottom of your router, and just type that in, and which you have done before. I know if if you bought a Ruco setup before, you just pop that back in again, and it'll come up automatically, and then you don't have to set your control again. Understand what I'm saying?
Yep. Well, they get after it. This router is here in my shop, and then I've got transferring the signal up to the house with an extender. So I get online in the house because it's too far away from the shop here. So I do have all that written down. And it'd probably be easier if I just take that paper with me, over.
Yes, sir. Yeah. That's the way. You should have a number on the bottom side of your router, and yeah. That's all you should need, and just follow the instructions. Put that back in there again, and that should bring it up for you. And then of course you'll have to redo your control for your TVs and the rest of it on there also. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I better get up there, Lauren. I was going to check in the 6A group, but I know what's going to happen there. I get on the list, and then I won't get up to the house in time, the time that's over with. So I guess I better forego that today. I know I've heard you here on 40, maybe 75. I'm quite sure it's on 40 that I've heard you before. So you check in the mid-cars in the 6A group?
Oh, yeah. All the time.
That's where I heard you then.
Yeah, I don't get into the 6-8 group, but I check in the mid-cars all the time, and I'm always on, normally on in the mornings on 7213 or 7210 here whenever either one of those come open there. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, that's why you found me then, I guess. So, nice talking to you, Lauren. Thanks for the call. And now when I hear you on mid-cars, I know who I'm talking to, or who I'm listening to anyhow.
Oh, yeah, I've talked to you. I do know. I knew I'd talked to you before, and I couldn't remember. But yeah, you're one of the pullers for Metcars, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm the miscontroller, I guess. I'm in there aggravating people.
Well, I've heard you. So, take care, buddy. Yeah, we'll probably catch you tomorrow on Metcars sometime or another. Have a good one. W5HIO, Hamming in Ohio.
Okay, Lauren. W5HIO, W9D, White Clear.
Hey, Lauren, KE9ND, copy?
No, I don't copy.
Okay. Yeah, how's it going, Lauren? This is Ken, KE9ND. Haven't been on very much lately, but been working on old radios, and this is one of them. This is an old Heathkit HW101. And I just brought it in here off the bench, and it's receiving okay. And it looks like it's transmitting, so hopefully I'm only barefoot around 100 watts. So anyway, got a D104 hooked up to it, and just hoping you can hear me okay.
Actually, yeah, you don't sound like you do on your number one there, but not a big deal. But yeah, it sounds good. It's nice and clean. And you're running an F7 barefoot. I don't know what propagation's like today. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I got the mic gain at 12 o'clock. Is this okay, or does it need to be lower or higher?
Crank her up just a hair and let's hear what it sounds like. How long did you do, Rod? We'll catch you in a minute. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I cranked it up a little bit. Is this any better?
Give me a little more talk.
Okay, it might be drifting a little bit because I just turned it on. So anyway, I cranked the mic gain just a hair up. So is this any different?
Yeah. You actually have brought you up to Brian S9. I don't know whether it's QSB on the band or whatever it is. But yeah, you're doing okay. It sounds good. It really is.
All right, Lauren. Well, sounds good. All right, well, I'll clean up my mess, and I'll get everything straightened out and maybe get back on here. But anyway, thanks for the input, and I'll catch you later on down the log. KE9ND.
Okay, by the way, back down about half as much as you increased it. Go ahead.
What's that?
Bring your audio down about half as much as you increased it.
Okay, that's about a half as much as I increased it. How's that?
That's more better. Okay, you're just hitting it a little bit too hard. It may be a little bit hard, too hard anyway, but Kenny, don't worry about it. It sounds good. Go ahead and get things cleaned up there. And, hey, if you get an opportunity to swing by, 13, if not, I'm normally get on 10, depending on how many guys are up there. But give us a chat. Yeah, I was wondering, as a matter of fact, I was asking John the other day. I talked to him, I asked him if he was third project.
You're asking who, John?
Yeah. Down in down the road from you there in Fort Wayne.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Roger. No, I haven't been on the radio very much. I've been busy with other stuff. But now that it's getting colder, I'm probably going to be on a little bit more. But I was busy with some other stuff and the grandson and everything. So we've been doing a lot together. But now it's getting colder and New Year started, so maybe hitting it a little bit harder.
Oh, okay, boy, that audio sounds good now. I'd leave it out where it's at. Okay, buddy. Well, yeah, the rig's running good. And, we'll catch you a little bit later on. I'll get with Ron over here, see what's happening with him. So, take care. Have a good one, and thanks for giving me a shout.
Yeah, okay, Lauren. Well, thanks for helping me out. And help me adjust if I forgot where you used to set the mic gain on this. And this is a D104. I think this one is amplified. I have one that's amplified and one that isn't. I think this one has the amplifier, which I barely have turned on. So, all right, Lauren. Good to hear you. Good to talk to you. And I will catch you later. This is K9ND.
KE9ND, W5HIL clear. And KB9CAC. Hello, Ron.
Hello, Lauren. How copy you? Done all right over your way?
Oh, yeah. You're running this nice. Nice signal.
I didn't know you was running a 76.
Didn't know I was running.
Now, where'd you pick that thing up at?
But 7610, I've had it for about 2 years now.
I didn't know.
Oh, I got it for a Christmas present 2 years ago.
Wow. Well, you did on you, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. I'm very happy, my boy. I tell you what, I'm just kind of getting used to it on the side bed of the CW. Now I'm going to have to play with the rest of the stuff in it,
I'll stop stuff like that, but it always flies over my house.
Yeah, I understand. Anyway, I've had it on for a long time. Matter of fact, last few times that I talked to me, I've been on it. I still got the 570 and the 480 and the 440, but matter of fact, I got to get the 570 up and give it a workout. I haven't been on it in about 2 months there.
Hey, Roger. So you got a power supply coming up for that amplifier, huh?
Well, I had it here. It's a 50 amp power supply. It's a little bit on the. It's a little bit on the low side. I think they'll take about 60 amps of drag. I'm not going to get too hard. It's an Astron. It's an Astron power supply. It's a 50 amp Astron, and it's a switcher. And there was just just needed cleaned up, a little bit of going through. So I sent it to a buddy of mine over here, and he's gonna go through it. He's pretty sharp on the power supplies, and he's gonna go through it and make sure everything's up and right and it's going good. I've had it out here in the shed out here about 3 years now. I haven't used on this thing. It's 40 amps continuous, and I'm running this thing about 3.5 amps. So, I mean, 30 years. What am I saying? Yeah, around 30 amps to maybe 3.5, something like that. So that's about all I need. I'd like to get a 70 amp power supply, but man, that's a lot of money. Oh no, so I'm it's at 35 watts right now. Yeah, 50 amps is working around 40 amps. I'm not 50 watts. But maybe my meter on that, I treat it around 50. Yeah, well, it's 35 amps and 35 watts. Oh yeah. Well, I can run 40 on it if I want, but the difference 30 and 40 isn't going to make any difference anyway. I don't want to overdo it. I'm going to leave it down there. Let her coast along here. If I'm getting around 300 out or something like that, I'm happy. I didn't come with the remote Oh yeah, it's just an Ethernet 5 cable. Yeah, I got the remote along with it. I got the 10 meter mod in it, and the whole works. So yeah, it's all set there. I'm gonna mount this in the truck this next year. Well, later on this year, when it gets springtime, nice enough to get out there and work out a little bit, I gotta run some wiring back to the truck, and then put the battery in there, and I'll put the amp in there too, and just take the remote and set it up on the dash here. The battery, only ran 400. 2 watt. I think I thought which way it goes. I think I've got enough 2 watt around here to run with it. I might go down to Walls or someplace like that. Pick up what do I need? Probably about 40, but a couple pieces. Probably 20-foot pieces, and maybe put 4 out in there. I don't know. I haven't really set. I know I got the 2 out set here. Go ahead. You have to run on the ground up and out of it. Basically, all I'm going to do is run a battery fast. I think it's a transmission. I don't know if I really have to do that, but I'm going to do that. Everything's pretty well grounded all the way around. The other for mobile duty, but I don't think I have any problem with it. So I put the to the radio to me, or my gauges went haywire, so I don't know how much on that one. I don't know. I'm going to go to the car. So I figured if I crossed the battery to the chassis of the car, it had been dropped. And ran from the regular battery into the truck. You okay with it? I got it. I got to look on the stuff. I'm really set it up, so I'll set it up in a way to do it. I mean, it's already grounded, doing a good job. You know, as far as that goes, I don't have any problem with that. Well, you do what you want, but I mean, you put that amp on, dude. I mean, you might have some problems. I could be one way or the other, but my experience running in, they definitely run around my antenna to the frame itself. I got okay, I was going to say, so, well, good luck on your HF level, everything up for you. You got to get all the information on it, how to install it, everything, and, want to keep that ground as short as you can get it, so, you know, whatever, and we'll, I mean, there's no problem, the only thing I got to have to do is run down, get to the test of the car, it's just, I don't know how much, more out you get in there, Where did you go to? I'm not saying about it. I just wondering why you need more So I get that just run it up that's not a big deal. Or I can run 3/4 of the wire, number 12, whatever, for ground system. It's just, I was asked to run 3 of it. Well, I was just, there must have been a reason for it. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not changing your arm. Well, when I get into it, get more, I'll do whatever you need to take care of it. That's not a big deal. I figured I'd run a strap, actually, they had tenants right straight around, the outer shield right straight around with it, with a copper strap. Solid copper strap to the frame of the car. Of course, I do that for 3 different places. It's not going to make that, what I say. Right. Everybody else out there, my experience, nobody, I guess everything's about all the same thing. It's just, I'm just going to be surprised if you don't have to run. Okay, I understand what you're saying. And if I do, I'll just have it run them. And, like I said, I'm not going to get into another spring anyway. Well, I got to get everything run to the other battery. And I want to get a dial put in line there to make sure that I'm not using that battery only to charge the battery for the amplifier with. Instead of using that battery for cranking amp hours to start the car with, that I know that I got to get done. And I don't know, there was something else about, I don't have any pictures sitting in front of me here, the manual that's set in front of me on how to hook that thing up and run it. So, I know they did say that you have to make sure that you got a good chassis ground. I mean, not a chassis, but a good frame ground on that thing to make it work properly. That's essential. Go ahead.
Yeah, how big is an alternator you got in that car of yours?
I don't know. I haven't checked it out yet. I really don't know. It's a 99 Honda. Maybe you can tell me. I don't know.
That has less effort than my cover, man. I would think if you're lucky, maybe 100 alternator, maybe. I don't know. 4-cylinder, it was 6.
It's a 6-cylinder.
Maybe 100 It's never been run so I just got my way in mind. And I had a little bit feature all of it. I went 40 and 50 for
Yeah. They don't ask in the book or say in the book, what you need to run with. But like I say, that's why I want a spare battery. I want to make sure that I got I got plenty of current there, so it's not pulling that off the car battery. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I would want to run dual batteries. I could have ran duals, but I opted to go ahead with a little bit beefier alternator. That's what I did. Hey, one half dozen the other, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I might do that. I don't know how much a bigger alternator will cost me to put in that car. I don't know how long I'll have it in that car before I get rid of it, so I got to do the same thing next time I get another car. At my age, I don't think I'm going to get another one, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, like I say, I'm not in a hurry. I'm just sitting here gleaning from different people on what needs to be done, along with what the book says in the instruction book on the for running it in Mobile says. So that's all I'm going by. I figure the factory knows what's going on with it. Go ahead.
Anyways, what are you running, a Tar Heel or something?
I'm going to probably homebrew the antenna. I don't know. Right now I'm running the Wolf River coil, which won't handle that one. I may have to get another antenna. I just may go ahead and build me one myself. I'd rather do that. That way I don't have to mess around with I'm not going to buy a motorized antenna, like a Tar Heel or anything like that to put on it. I'm just going to run something I got over here. I do have a NO5E antenna, screwdriver antenna, but I don't really want to mess with it. I'm just going to build something up that will handle the power, and then I'm going to tap it and say to hell with it. Even when I'm not going to change bands that much, and if I decide I want to change bands, even with the screwdriver antenna, I'd always pull over the side of the road to do it anyway. So as long as you're pulling over the side, you might as well get out and have the thing permanently tapped. Go ahead.
Right. What I did was I never did pull over the side of the road. I just kept on going down the road, tuning up the antenna like that. I never did pull over the side of the road.
Yeah, well, I always did. I just don't like driving down the road and trying to tune an antenna while I'm driving down the road anyway. And it does, if you've got an antenna that's tapped for the frequency you want to operate while you're just as easy. You get outside and move the tap from one side to the other and back in the car and down the road again. And if I was going to change bands anyway, I'd always, if it's time to get some gas or time to take a leak or something like that, and you're going to pull over and stop anyway. Not just, change the antennas. I'm not that lazy. Anyway, but I understand, a lot of guys do that. Some of them got the automatic tuners. I think that Tar Heel's got an automatic tuner on some of the rigs that, just sit there and run back and forth until boom, it runs to the frequency and it go, and then it's gone,
Hey, you might want to get one. I know you do. It's one that capacitors in it. It's like, get up at the capacitor and help tune your, that way you don't do like a manual tuner thing. So in the segment, get it, I think it's like, but to help you tune in that antenna, you can get one of those for one. Take my MSK and scan them and number on it. I knew what band, what capacity I wanted to know, like say if I was running 40 meters, 80 meters, or 20 or whatever. I knew which way to put that switch and then, hit the mic, and then I hit my, and I switch, to run it up or down, Usually it's doing it. it with the steady, and you're locked in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's capacity matching that they got for the impedance of bring the impedance to 52 ohm match. That's basically what that's for. I've got one here also. I haven't used it in a long time. With this particular antenna, I got it sitting outside here. Kind of a capacitive switch. You can switch in whatever capacitance you put in it. I've got one of those sitting around here. Anyway, yeah, we'll get her done. You know, it ain't gonna take much to do it. Get it all done. Well, I see it's 4 o'clock, and I've got a 4:30 appointment in town for dinner. So I better get out here and get cleaned up, get ready to go, and head in there. And I guess we're gonna have some pizza tonight. There, the neighbors heading out that direction. So we're gonna meet them over there, and I gotta get a couple of groceries and stuff when I'm in town. So we better get on the ball and get her done there. Yeah, like I say, when I start working on it, I'm going to work on it until I get it right. Whatever it takes to get the thing grounded. I don't think I'll have any problem. Everything, the car's grounded to the frame very, very well here now. And of course, I always ground everything to the frame anyway, so that's not going to be a big deal. And if I need more than one of them, well, I'll just I'll put on whatever I need to make her work. And I know that's a problem, especially when you start to run power, So it'll be a little learning process, and I'm taking everything you said. Take it, at your word. It's not a big. I'm not disputing that at all. And, I'll clean it on. And if I have any problems, I'll just go back through it, make a choice to figure out what's going on with it. Go ahead.
All right. Well, amplified, but just everything else gets amplified. So, wattage, what? I wish you luck. I hope everything works out for you, and all the negative noise and all that kind of stuff to deal with. And, yeah, it's too much fun for you. You got good, so, good luck to you.
Oh, yeah. Well, I still got the 440 sitting in there, so you may hear me before that with the 440 in there. I'm going to pull the 440 out. Eventually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 480 SAT and send it up to Jancy Engineering up in Green Bay and have to go through that thing, make sure it's working okay, and then I'll probably change out because I can adjust the wattage on the sideband on the 440. I can't adjust the power output on sideband, so get something. If nothing else, I'll throw the 570 in front of the car whenever I want to go, and I can just drive the amplifier 30 watts here and not have to worry about it. Anyway, I got to get out of here and get on the road. If not, I'm going to be late. TV9 CHC W5HI and an O.
All right, Lauren, hey, I'm pretty good there. Are you going to try to run the mobile on that thing?
Oh, hell no. I'm not going to do that. I'll probably.
That'd be really long.
Yeah, no, I know I could get an antenna that works on 160, but I'm not going to mess around on 160 mobile. 80 and 40 meters is all I ever run. Once in a while, I'll be going down the road and saying, well, I wonder what 17 meters is like or something like that. And I just pull over and tune the antenna for 18 megs and let it go with that. But other than that, just normally 80 and 40 meters is all I ever run in the mobile, and very seldom do I run 75, just mostly 40 meters. Anyway, we'll catch you later on. Take care. Maybe I'll catch you tomorrow on the air. W5HI and an O.
All right, Lauren. We'll catch you later. 73 89 safety.